Okay everyone, welcome back to another NRG, a modern NRG here, and here is Mighty No.9, as it just said, as I turned it on. And here we go into one of the first and many loading sequences, because, well, disappointment, yes, a little disappointment. It's still a fun game, I'm going to say that outright straight from the bat. It's still a fun and enjoyable game, but it's not the game that I think everyone thought it would be, and to a degree not the game that I thought it would be either. Here's one of these loading screens, which is rather annoying. Oh, but then again, I'm used to that kind of stuff coming from the 8-bit era. So what is Mighty No.9? Well, it was developed by Comcept and Inti Creates and published by Deep Silver. It is the spiritual successor to Mega Man in a lot of ways. Now, Capcom were not involved in this, so it's not endorsed by Capcom, I don't believe at all. But it's got clear inspiration from the Mega Man series. I don't know whether you would call it a Mega Man 11, 12, or whatever the hell Mega Man came up to before the Capcom just didn't make them anymore. Bit of a shame. Suddenly. Yes. Anyway, I'm gonna talk over the voice acting because that's one of the many. It's one of the negatives about this game. But I tell you what, we'll listen to this opening sequence just for you. Here he is, Mega Man himself. Sorry, not Mega Man. Beck. That's right. His name is Beck. He looks mysteriously like Mega Man, and he can teleport as well, which is always handy. Can't actually do that in the game. Well, you can actually sort of teleport, but we'll get onto that in a minute after this secondary loading screen. So this was released in the summer of 2016 after a very lengthy delay from a Kickstarter project that it received. Let's speak to the man with the afro, the white man with the afro. What are you going to say, son?
And functioning normally, it would appear.
Yes, I am functioning normally. What on earth has happened?
Well,
Dr. White.
We must make for the laboratory, and quickly. Beck, you forge ahead and clear a secure path. I'll follow and monitor your progress.
Get the robot to do the bloody slave driving. Oh, you know, I'm not going to do it because I'm a weed. I'm going to get the robot to do it. Well, it makes sense really, doesn't it? I actually like the style of it. I really do like the style of it. It's got a really nice parallax scrolling effect going on that's really smart. I do like the remakes of classic platformers using the Unreal Engine, which it does use. Unreal Engine 3. Let me skip this thing. He just chats crap. This little cut. This first level is basically like an intro sort of level. To sort of show you what the basic abilities of what Beck can do and how you go about it. And it's very much like Mega Man in the fact that you've got this one sort of arm gun all the time. It occasionally can be powered up with different upgrades, but it doesn't last long. Eventually it still just boils down to the same old gun. But there is a more unique gameplay aspect to it, and when I show you that, we'll get onto it. But I do like the style. I think the style is rather smart. It's not the best graphics in the world. There was a little bit of frame skipping here and there. This was one of the things that was reported about the game across all platforms. Frame skipping and frame rate dropping out. The Wii U version suffered from it, I think, a little bit more than other versions. But a patch was ensued. There we go. Just done that. You absorb the cells of a weakened robot. Oh my goodness, and assimilate them. He's a Borg. Fuck me, he's a Borg. This man has created a Borg. There we go. But that's a handy little thing, that sort of Zell maneuver. Because you have to use that for getting under blocks, over blocks. Getting out of trouble, you can use it to get out of trouble. If you fall, you can use it to do that. Grip onto the sides, very Prince of Persia style-y. And it works quite well. I mean, it works so much like Mega Man, very similar. The jumping, firing, timing of jumps between platforms, and all that kind of gubbing. So it's nothing we've seen not before. There you go. See, there's a big gap there, so I had to sort of use the Zell zoom to get over it. And a little bit of background interaction. That happens quite frequently in the game. Background interaction, little secrets like that, scattered around the levels, and there's a little bit of exploration to the levels as well. I'm just going to show you the first level up to the first boss, or at least try to anyway. I'm not massively great at it. Haven't practiced it that much, but I have managed to skip ahead a few levels.
Less than fine, much less. These robots got
But
they're tearing the place apart.
I mean, the step in the animation's pretty good. It's not too bad. I mean, it's definitely previous generation, it looks like. It is an indie game, so you've got to sort of like forgive it a little bit. It's not a AAA game. It's not developed, you know, tons of money. A lot of money. I mean, it got a lot from the Kickstarter. I think it got, I think it was 400% of its original target on the Kickstarter. So that's absolutely colossal. So it was popular with the fans. Look at that! Oh yes, that was nice. I do like when you can get nice little combinations like that. That's a pretty nice little aspect. Another big area there, more pickups. A little bit of energy there. You can get a little bit of extra firepower as well. Various pickups throughout the levels. The level design. This is a little bit about the level design. It's kind of quite linear in a lot of ways, and there are parts where you think, well, these levels haven't really been overly thought out. I mean, considering that the game was delayed for so long, you think parts of these levels could have been designed a little bit better. And I see that a little bit of a frame skip there. That's not my capture doing that. That is just the way the game plays, and this is after the patch as well, after the patch that Comcept supplied for the Wii U version. So it still does have these issues. And to be honest, you know, it's not perfect. It's not, and it does annoy occasionally. But I actually really like it. I like the idea. The Zell concept is really good. I like that idea, and it's just a big throwback. It's a big throwback. Now, some people just don't like these kind of throwbacks that don't give anything else to the idea. Personally, I love them because I can gel with them very well. Or in this case, Zell with them. Ha ha ha! Do you see what I did there? But I think Comcept just got a lot of grief from the fact that the Kickstarter thing was a bit of a mishmash. It took so long to come out, and everyone was expecting fireworks in the bleeding sky, and oh, the return of Mega Man in his prime, and it came out to a little bit of a baby burp, you know, a little bit of a, you know, which is a bit of a pity. But it isn't a bad game. Average, I'd say just about above average, but it's not a bad game. Here's this first boss. Look, goes into a little zoom cutscene there. That's quite nice. You get little bits like that all the way through the game. And after you've completed the first level, you get to select, just like the original Mega Man's, you get to select what area you want to go through next. So go for the next mighty number. Because I haven't talked about the story yet, because it does have a story. And the story is we're set in the not too distant future, or the far future. And you play as Beck, Mighty No.9 himself, which is a series of 9 robots developed by the name escapes me now, a couple of professors of super intelligent battle robots. And 8 of them have gone crazy. Mighty numbers 1 to 8 have gone all loopy because of some sort of virus going on. I'm not going to give any plot details away, really. And you play as Beck, and you've got to basically sort the shit out. Kind of like the underdog, as it were. It's almost like a story of the underdog coming good kind of thing, and finding out things about himself that he didn't know he could do. All them usual robotic to human tropes kind of thing going on in the story. It's typically Japanese. It's everything you would expect from that kind of thing. Come on, just knocking this guy's head off, and you can do a nice zoom above him to collect him. When they're glowing like that, when they're glowing with the... There you go, collected the cells. When they're glowing, then blocks floating off. Very voxel coming off. You know, nice voxel effect, almost a voxel effect. So you can collect the cells. And then that helps your cause a great deal. Don't get hit by the falling blocks. Like I said, you see there the animation on the blocks there. It's a bit tacky. It's a bit bitty. Very indie gaming. I mean, it's got that kind of look to it, which is a pity. I mean, maybe given the time and the money that it did receive from Kickstarter, I do think it could have been done better, and certainly implemented better on the Wii U. But it's not the worst of games I've ever played. I mean, when you look at some of the budget games on the Wii U, something like Tank and Funky Barn, and some of the lower games on the Wii U, I mean, it's certainly equal to them at least. Oh, lovely little slow motion bit there. Go straight into a cutscene, which is nice. That's smart. It's nice. It's nice to see.
Mission.
Again, nothing mind blowing. Mission clear. Nothing mind blowing, but nice. It's just that it's generally the word for it. Nice. You know, what else can you say really? I got an A score on that. Did that well. So, I think maybe they should have certainly tweaked it. It needed more tweaking before they came out. I mean, it's all very well. I think maybe they were pressured into thinking, well, it's been delayed for so long. Now we're just going to rush it. Well, not rush it out, but get it out there so that people can actually play it. Here's a Dr. Sander.
Well, based on empirical evidence, I believe they might be suffering from this robot affliction.
Yeah, and as you can hear, the voice acting is not the best. I've heard, you know, this is nowhere near the quality of the likes of the Legacy of Kain series voice acting, which was superb in my opinion.
I'm sorry, Soichiro.
Speaking of something, so this is just a part of the plot, little cutscene. This fembot here, that's a Futurama reference there. I suppose this female robot is going to be sort of like your mission sort of detailer from now on, and help you with bits and pieces and tactics and bits like that.
Just to confirm, Mr. Sanda, if we can
So
isolate
it's
the cause of the robot rampage,
generic when it comes to storyline, not overly imaginative. But that Zell creation thing is quite kind of nice. I like it.
we'll send Beck to track down
Could have
all
been
the
implemented a
fallen
lot more in certain aspects of the game. The level design could have been more expansive. Certainly could have been definitely more thought about. I mean, we're not talking about the level of detail of what goes into Mario and Sonic games. I mean, the classic Sonic and Mario games. But there we go. Cherry Dine. There you go. Sorry, I was waffling along there. Cherry Dine is the makers of the robots in this, of course. So it's all about simulating the other robots and sorting them out because they're all infected with some sort of virus and shit and stuff. The the fembot's called Cool. That's right. Beck and Cool. Little Easter egg there.
New content in extra mode is here.
I think there's a lot of designs that went through this as well. There's a few unlockables there. So now what we're going to do, this is where we get into the second stage, as it were. And we can choose our next level here.
Attention.
And then some tips from Cool herself. But we're going to choose something. Yeah, we'll go for the... We're on the city, we'll just go for the next one, the oil platform.
You all set then?
Mighty No.9, is it? I think it is. The soundtrack is very, very Mega Man as well. Probably because it was influenced by people involved in Mega Man 2. So it does have, you know, I mean, it is a Mega Man game in all intents and purposes without its actual name, without Capcom slapping their logo at the beginning. It's so close. I would imagine that if Capcom did decide to have done this or endorsed it, at least, or been involved directly with the project, they would have improved it and certainly tweaked it at the end. Come on, go through there. Go through there. Sometimes that happens. It's a bit annoying. But you have to use that little Zell blast to go through these gaps. Shoot the blocks and obstacles. There are puzzle elements to the platforming. which is very welcome. This guy's annoying me. There we go. Shoot him, sir. Grab, bang, there we go, got him. But different zones, different areas. You know, it's not bad. It's not a bad game. It's not a bad game at all. I do enjoy it. I have enjoyed it for a considerable time. I don't want to get any flames on this oil thing. Little effects like that. You see the floor's covered in oil, so if it gets covered in flames, obviously it goes up in flames. Aforementioned bombs there, big tanks, little environmental stuff that you can interact with. It just... I think it's just like, oh crap. I completely screwed that. I darted around the platform like a good one there, didn't I? Oh, wow. But I think, you know, die-hard Mega Man fans aren't going to be overly disappointed. They're going to appreciate what the developers have tried to do here. They've tried to recreate the Mega Man experience on a 8th generation platform. And to a degree they have done that. Unfortunately, maybe a little more time and effort and a little bit of care gone into it could have made it much better. Much better. But because the ideas are quite solid, they're just not executed brilliantly. And the same goes for the graphics. I think the music is actually perfectly fine, by the way. I think the music is quite very apt for the game. And can't really fault that. I can't fault that. A little bit dull in places, but I can't really fault the music at all. But it's just the gameplay that's lacking a bit samey for some people, but just a bit glitchy for others. I think that's what the main concern is here. A little bit glitchy. It's running very smooth at the moment. I've noticed very smooth in this level so far. I've noticed no major frame. Ooh. I see, I just said I've noticed no major frame skipping, and that just happens. And again, like I said, that is not my capture device. Oh, that was terrible, Nobobug. Come on, get this big fat dude who's spitting bloody fire at me. There we go. So, we're going to come along. Grab the ladder. Ah, oh, come on, shoot down. Shoot down. You can't shoot down. Fuck. Oh well, grab them anyway. I've just cock that up a bit. Onto that platform, onto that ladder, shoot them. No, oh, come on, get back on that ladder, shoot. There we go, so I can grab the side of the platform. And off we go, and it's a continuous sequence of that, another frame skip there. But it's one thing I've noticed about it, it's extremely difficult as wordplay. I mean, oh, fuck, oh, obliterated. Obliterated there in a ball of Beck fire. Shall we sing a Beck song to sort of like go along with this? No, let's not do that actually, because Beck is a load of rubbish. I've just pissed off all the Beck fans there. So, Mighty No.9 on the Wii U. I was excited when I bought this, I really was, and then I deliberately didn't read the reviews, I didn't do any research on the game, I just wanted to sort of experience it firsthand for myself. And yeah, and I've come to basically almost the same conclusion as nearly every other critic. A good game, but decidedly average. I'd say above average, I'm going to be generous with it, above average. It does have issues, not perfect, and I can't really forgive it because there's nothing really to forgive. I mean, as a Kickstarter project, you really got to be on your mettle. So, but I think we'll leave it there for this NRG because I've gone on for nearly 20 minutes now, so I think that's enough. I like to keep my videos short, as you know. Join me for the next NRG. I hope you noticed at the beginning of this video there was a little soundbite right at the start. Now, this is a little thing I've added to my videos, and I will put a thing in the description box about this. That is a little sound effect from a famous arcade or console game for when you press the start button or put the credit coin in. And when you do that, you get a sound. And I play that sound right at the beginning. If you answer that, if you get the answer correct and name the game in the comments box correctly, then you'll get a scrolling shout out on the next NRG video. That's a little interactive. But check the description box for details for that, or my Facebook page. For now, we're going to see what Pyro's done. He's pissed off somewhere. Where did he go? Well, he's gone. So I had a quick conversation with Mighty No.9 there, which was Pyro. He's gone, and I got a little bit of a mini boss battle here. But on that note, I'll say farewell. Cheers, thanks for watching. Novabug. Malfunction, malfunction, malfunction.